What's cracking, people? It's your man, Cousin T, aka the Alpha Wingman, representing high-level technicians operating globally and beyond. So today I wanted to put up sort of a part two to a previous podcast that I posted in response to a Jada Black video regarding an NFL player and his quote-unquote IG model girlfriend, trying to diss him due to the size of his member. And so I wanted to do this particular podcast talking about how B-cup booties need love too. Now, this particular topic came up because one day while I was scrolling through my Instagram feed, I came across this post by a woman by the name of Shannon Boodram. And I'll try to leave a link to her information down below. But basically what she is a sexual health professional and an advocate for sex education and exploration. So I could definitely appreciate that. But the post that she posted was a picture of her on vacation, poking it out a little bit. The caption talked about how, women who aren't necessarily as well endowed on the backside as some women are, need to position themselves a certain way or present what they have, in a certain way to maximize that, that allure effect or that attraction effect. So I could really appreciate the sentiment of this post because it speaks to having sort of an expanded perspective when it comes to attraction and sexual compatibility, which at the end of the day, a more holistic view or an intelligent view of attraction it all comes down to compatibility. What works for you specifically, and the fact that may not be the same thing universally. But in the Western culture and in a lot of Eastern cultures, a woman's cakes, is often promoted as a central element of her attractiveness. This is even though there are ass men, there are tits men, there are legs men, even feet men. But it just seems that the crown jewel of feminine physical desirability, it just tends to be the booty. However, does bigger always mean better? Well, the idea is the ideal type of woman or the shape or figure of a woman is that of a woman who has a proportional waist to hip or hip to waist ratio. This expresses itself in the form of a figure eight. So basically, when you look at a woman's body, she could be, have a larger frame, a medium frame, or even a smaller frame. But what stirs a man's subconscious attractive level is that, hip to waist ratio, or, her body and her curves being proportioned in the shape of a figure eight. Now, beyond that, what allows a woman to stand out is how she displays her particular set of goods. Now, I'll go deeper on Patreon, but at the end of the day, the size of a woman's backside in relation to her desirability depends on the taste of the men she hopes to attract. And just like in my podcast about a man's size, a woman's booty size is not as important as much as how she uses it, and who she discovers she's most physically compatible with. So I know I just said a mouthful there, but basically, just like with a man and his natural ability, what he's born to work with, the same thing translates into a woman. As long as she has done that self-exploration and she has come to terms with who she is and who what her physical assets and traits are, she can then get down to owning who she is physically, and then explore what type of men gravitate to her specific physicality. And at the end of the day, it's all about who you're compatible with. Now, on my Patreon side, we'll discuss how to handle, different booty sizes depending on what node of the spectrum you're operating within, whether or not it's the fox node, the pit bull node, or the stallion node. But I just wanted to drop this sort of part 2 to that previous podcast regarding at the end of the day, regarding compatibility and how people can take things to an extreme, but coming back to center and really knowing yourself and owning who you truly are at the end of the day. So until next time, this is your man Cousin T, aka the Alpha Wingman, saying stay sharp and mission focused. Later.